so let's go into the main update, the reason why we are here. Here, Dr. Ngozi Orabeze wrote, saying, "My focus is the full protection, recognition, and defense of the independent state of Biafra, led by Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa." Okay, for those that Dr. Ngozi Orabeze is their focus and daily discussion, I have one line for you. Go and check the history of those who have fought Dr. Rabeze in this struggle and how they have ended. Biafrans are happy for our independence, success, progress, support, and recognition. This government is our government. There is only one United States of government, and the mandate is fully protected. Deputy Prime Minister / COS Dr. Ngozi Rabeze. All right? All right, so that is Dr. Ngozi Rabeze speaking over there. And that's also a message to those of them that actually has been saying, a lot of things about the woman, about the one that for now, she is the one that have the capability to bring Biafran to you, all right? But in all honesty, my suggestion to the Biafrans, is that we should try and do everything we can to protect this woman, protect her integrity, appreciate the fact that she's been doing very well to bring us Biafra. See, one thing that a lot of people don't know is that whether the Biafra comes with Simon Ekpa, comes by the effort of Simon Ekpa, the effort of Nnamdi Kanu, or the effort of Ngozi Rabeze, it is still the Biafra. It is still the same name. All right, so without wasting your time, I want us to go into the next update, which also talks about the Edo people and some other relating matters that also concerns the Biafran, which is the Igbos, all right? And some other video update. But I want you guys to please stick close to the very end of this update, and we'll be right back. All right, so in this update, it says Igbanke people are capable of historically defending themselves from Bini bullies. Igbanke are well-learned people. You can't cow them and you can't change their history. They have made it known to you that Igbanke is Igbo and not Bini. So stop wasting your time. You can't change history in this area of technology. Even Ajirok knows that Igbanke is Igbo. All right, so I'm going to let you guys to actually watch the video update and hear all that the man said in this particular video, and we'll be right back.
One that distorts history, identity, and heritage. A story built not on truth, but on colonial oversight and political agendas. It's been circulated in the social media just for us to rewrite our history. Let's be clear. Igbanke is not a creation of the Benin Kingdom. And it certainly wasn't built in 1937. That narrative is both historically inaccurate and disrespectful to the people of Igbanke. And Igbanke predates colonial records. The so-called intelligence report of 1937 that is being circulated in social media, that was a colonial administrative document by a British officer, not a birth certificate. Igbanke existed long before British mapping, supported by oral history and archaeological evidence. So you don't have to tell us that story. So to suggest otherwise is to erase generations of heritage and community. I hear that every time, and I think it is time for every one of us to speak up. The title of Enogie in Igbanke was never indigenous. It was a colonial imposition, a convenient administrative tool borrowed from the Benin system. But convenience does not equal cultural truth. We just have to go back to our history. Igbanke had its own leadership traditions. It still does. It still does. We've been painted as people who are searching for identity. That's absolutely wrong. Paying homage doesn't mean you are own. Throughout Africa, Smaller communities paid homage to larger kingdoms due to politics or power that never changed their ethnic roots. Igbanke may have been caught in that system, but it never lost itself. Never lost itself. Igbanke is a confluence of cultures. It's a borderland, a trading hub, and a multicultural gem. Its dialects, customs, and festivals are distinct, rooted in Eka Igbo heritage, not Benin. To reduce that richness to Benin territory is to miss the point entirely. We just have to understand this. History is not just about documents, it's about people. And the people of Igbanke proudly identify with their Eka Igbo roots. They are not Benin. They have said it clearly, consistently, and confidently. And we keep repeating it. No outsider has the right to rewrite Igbanke's story. No outsider has the right to rewrite our story. Rewriting Igbanke's history to fit a narrative is not just wrong, it is harmful. True history respects complicities, context, and the voice of the people themselves. Igbanke was not created in 1937. That narrative is wrong. It wasn't founded by Benin, and its identity is not for sale. Well, you've heard me. I'm a student of history. I'm willing to learn. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let the truth be heard. Thank you.
All right, so that is for you to know that Biafra is gradually expounding, and also there are these parts of the Equatorials and some other states inside. Although these states have been added to the Biafran states, all right, but there are still individuals that are saying no to the event that is actually happening within the state that is concerning the United States of Biafra. All right, guys, so without wasting much of your time, let's go straight into the next update. This update is about Nnamdi Kanu, and this time it's not like the way it was before. You know, there is this news flying on social media about a masked person that came as a witness against Nnamdi Kanu. But I want you guys to see all that the lawyers said about the event that actually transpired that day that most of us we didn't hear. So let's see the update and we'll be right back.
Remains April 29th, being Tuesday 2025. Now, the current lead counsel to Nnamdi Kanu's legal team, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Kanu Agabi, has stated that according to the proceedings of the court, they scheduled this on the 2nd, that is on Friday here this week. There will be a cross-examination on the mass witnesses. So those people came to testify and present their document. They said it's, the evidence they have against Nnamdi Kanu. They will cross-examine them, okay? They will ask them questions and so on and so forth. But before we go forward, there is something I want to draw your attention to. Both those who are supporting Nnamdi Kanu and those who are against Nnamdi Kanu, the truth remains that there is no gun recovered from Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu have never been seen with a gun. Nnamdi Kanu have never been seen with even a knife. Nnamdi Kanu have never been, held responsible for any attack. All right. Now, the crime the federal government said he committed is because of the broadcast he did in London. And again, the question remains, anyway, we're expecting a lot of questions on Friday, okay? The question remains, where did he commit, or where did he broadcast the said broadcast that you people said is a crime? It's in London, okay? So if it was in London, how comes about the jurisdiction of Nigeria trying the broadcast that was made in London? Does it mean that London doesn't have law? We are going to have interesting time ahead. Anyway, nobody knows what is going to happen, okay? But all I know is that at the end, Nnamdi Kanu will be freed. But the conspiracy against Nnamdi Kanu is much. The man is a strong man. If not, by now he could have succumbed to anything they would bring to the table as negotiation. Maybe even disowning IPOB or said, no, I'm not going to fight for, Biafra freedom anymore. Okay? Anyway, let's listen to Kanu Agabi and Ando Ijimako before we move forward.
From PW1. Are you comfortable?
We're very comfortable, but first of all, we thank God for today. We thank God that the matter has eventually kicked off without rancor. You needed to have been in court to observe the proceedings. All the parties cooperated, and PW1 testified. PW1 is Mr. AAA, as he was designated. He investigated the matter 10 years ago, and today he came and gave his evidence and tendered documents. The matter is very simple. The state has a case against our client, and we are defending him. And for the first time, the matter has been opened, and we have heard what the evidence is. On Friday, we are coming back to cross-examine him. But in the main, the matter has commenced on a good note, very sound note, very civilized trial. And we hope by the grace of God we'll continue on this note and get to the end.
All right.
What the SAN has said. These gentlemen here, these lawyers standing with me here, are members of the old guard. We have been there from the get-go, so we know the nitty-gritty of this case. Well, what I can add is we are finally here. The government is finally having the trial that it desires. Our position still remains unchanged despite the ongoing trial. That our client is innocent of the charges, that the case is driven by political considerations, and in the end, the innocence of our client will be established. So we take it from here to 2nd May, when we are going to subject the government witness who testified today. We are going to submit him to, or subject him to cross-examination, and then the truth shall begin to be revealed to everybody. Thank you very much.
Right.
We appreciate you always being around to cover this very political trial that has been ongoing for the past 10 years.
They are only deceiving you. And if you allow yourselves to be deceived, things can only get worse. Fulani terrorists will take over your land. Time and time again, I have warned you on this very matter, but some of you never ever listened. I told our Yoruba friends that this thing you're supporting, this very evil government you're supporting, when they tagged IPOB a terrorist group, you supported them. You are going to pay a very heavy price for it. Had the Yoruba journalist stood up and said, IPOB did nothing wrong, you cannot tag them a terrorist group, believe you me, by today, you will not have Fulani people occupying Yoruba forests and farmlands. Because in this life, what goes around comes around. If you support evil today because you're benefiting, eventually that evil will overwhelm you. The same thing happened to APC, the same thing happened to Fulani Caliphate. They brought in terrorists from all across the Sahel. They brought them into Nigeria to try to force Jonathan out of office. Now Jonathan is out of office, they are now, of course, reaping what they sowed, all of them.
I've seen tons of video recently that the Fulani are taking over the forest of the Yoruba people. Let's say the Yorubas. The issue now is that what do you think that the Yorubas are mixing, or what do you think that Yoruba did wrong that makes this Fulani to take over their forest, and what should other states do to avoid these same occurrences in the future?
That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying something about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know They understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, to take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong.
All right, my wonderful people. I believe so when I don't hear the full